Hey guys, so Jay here, and I know, you might be wondering why am I in this Simulacrum again? Well, I think I have the duty to actually update about this character on a more, min-max version instead of just leaving it at the state of being a budget build because there's quite a lot of people asking for the Juggernaut like endgame version. First disclaimer is the original sin is absolutely huge amount of improvement for damage, but without it, you would do fine. But I mean, I would like to try to like provide a probably as min-max as possible. I mean, yeah, I even go ahead and have a helmet with a haunted modifier, 25% increased area effect over here. Well, let's hope we get a one-on-one fight on the final round, which is wave 30 over here. But the damage looks crazy, man. Compared to the Pathfinder with like the same budget roughly. Let me be careful and not killing Kosis here. I would like to have a solo fight with Kosis. Okay, Kosis. Okay, okay. Good. Omniphobia is here. Kosis is far away. We can deal with Kosis later. I would like to have a solo with Mr. Kosis. Because the reason why I get into the Simulacrum again here is not... I don't intend to use this character as a Simulacrum farmer, actually. The reason why I want to be here is just because... Okay. Let me just clear out everything just to make sure this is a fair fight. Okay, he is channeling. So if I kill everything here, okay, one monster left. Good. Come here. Right, let's fight. As you can already see, the health that he is losing is quite significant compared to, let's say, a Pathfinder. Right, because Pathfinder do use the poison damage, so it needs some time to ramp up. But for this particular build, with this staff over here, right? Well, you don't need to ramp up. You just have triple damage, and just as you can see, the damage. Well, basically, I kill him in one single fireball. If I take the whole fireball rotation, he will just die. Without the original sin, first of all, the gems setup will be a little bit different, so you cannot use things like avoid manipulation support. Of course, you can use like fire pan in here instead, and everything else will be the same. You also would not want, chaos damage in the Timeless Jewel over here. As you can see, I have chaos damage, armor, chaos damage. So this is a freaking insane one. 1,600, by the way. And as per usual, just like lastly, because nobody is using it before, so when I buy this one, is only 5 div. But if you want to find the exact same one as this, I can tell you probably have to pay way more than this. But you don't need this. You don't need exactly this, because the good news is along the way I find a couple of other numbers that is just slightly worse than this, and they are much cheaper. Not really much cheaper, but because people don't know about them specifically, they don't know about the number 1,600, so it will not be like too expensive. Of course, most of you who who want to follow this build probably would not be able to afford the original sin. Some of you might be much richer than me, so this is not a problem. But for the majority, the original sin is not something that is achievable. So just know that without the original sin, you can do the same thing here with the fire damage. We have fire damage and fire pen, which is super good, by the way. And just do that instead for the non-original sin version, basically. Okay, so what has changed? I am still level 95 over here. Not much has changed there because yesterday I kind of have the whole day without electricity, and so I can only play a little bit in the evening. And so let's go through the character with all the changes that I have, and potentially the next couple of levels. So first of all, I switched from the previous version. I switched the slot for Divine Flesh to this slot over here. The reason why is because I find this Timeless Jewel Glorious Vanity. It is super good in this slot. You can find it in this slot as well. I am using it along with the Impossible Escape, of course, with Iron Will, so I can do this, right? As you can see, I can allocate these points, but it might not even be necessary. For this slot, you can use the Impossible Escape around Mind Over Matter as well, so you can grab these 4 nodes for free, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if they all turn into, for example, let's say fire damage, it's still good. By the way, for original sin, actually you don't need all of these to be chaos. It can also still be fire damage. It will still scale the damage as well. The chaos with wither with chance to wither is super nice though, because wither improved the damage taken, increased damage taken on the enemies quite significantly. So with these 3, I don't really need any other sources of applying wither, and so I can stay away from using the Withering Step Gem. The Withering Step Gem is very good, don't get me wrong, for any build that is chaos. The problem with it is it just trigger, and whenever it trigger, it will take away 1 stack of flame dash as well. So sometimes while mapping, it will be a little bit annoying. So yeah, I think it is not too bad to remove it. For the last couple of levels, I would probably go here, right? And then I grab the aura. The reason why I grab the auras is with the Enlighten, and then maybe a little bit of improvement with the mana reservation efficiency. I can get mana reservation efficiency from here, of course, and then actually I can get this point, and because I already have this point, right, I can get the mana reservation efficiency from the mana mastery in here, while technically do not take like 2 useless node. Basically this is a very strong node, so I pay 1 passive point, which is lightning damage, which is useless in this build, but I can get the mana reservation, and so I will have the ability to actually fit in another reservation, which is going to be Petrified Blood, and it will skyrocket the tankiness of the build, right? So that is the improvement that I would make in the last 5 level. Just so you know, right now I don't have point in here yet, because 1 intelligence point is quite useless right now. So yeah, I decided to just go for something in here first to get some extra life. When I get all the level, I will respec out of it, and I will get the auras stuff here in order to fit in Petrified Blood. And so yeah, we will have Determination, Purity of Element, and Petrified Blood as our reservation, and that will be pretty damn nice. So let's see what has changed. What else has changed on the gear? I'm still having this staff. I can improve this with a corruption, but I basically ran out of all of my currency. So yeah, It will be sometimes in the future I will upgrade this staff into a corrupted staff with a corruption implicit, and it will not increase the damage, it will not increase the defensiveness, it will just be increased area of effect. And yeah, it is a little bit nicer for clear. The ring, well, cannot be ignited in malevolence. With the current setup, actually both of these implicit are useless. This is the best in slot implicit for the Pathfinder, by the way, like absolute best, because I also have like 20% roll over here. But for this Juggernaut, because you are not using poison, you are using triple damage with the staff, so we don't use malevolence, because it's damage over time, right? And cannot be ignite actually because I am using the purity of element already, so this is completely useless as well. I am live searching for something with say determination, aura effect, and maybe resistances. Yeah, that is basically what I'm looking for. But if I buy any of these, it'll be already like immediately better than this one, right? I am looking for something that is double corrupted with these modifiers, right? What else changed? So this is here. Oh, the Watcher's Eye. The Watcher's Eye, I am having armor while affected by determination. Obviously, because we do scale armor like pretty well in this build, it is very useful. Armor applies, like 8% of it applies to elemental damage as well, and then 100% of it applies to chaos damage taken from hits. Right? If you can take this, I actually will not take this one. I would take this one. Yeah. So 10% of physical damage taken as chaos, so the armor also applied there. And it's much better than applying with the just flat physical hit. And of course, normally the armor do apply to the physical damage we take as well. We do have a lot of mitigation over here, and that is without any endurance charges. If there is a enemy nearby, or if we are fighting the enemies, because we are the Juggernaut, we always have full endurance charges, and that is that is 6 endurance charges currently. So yeah. I also add a lot of tattoos into this build. So the first thing, journey tattoo of the body, because we are traveling here and traveling here to get 2 keystones that I think are very important. First of all is Lethe Shade. The second is Elemental Overload, which is 40% more damage. Very consistent uptime because we hit a lot of times. And so if one of that hit every 8 seconds, which mathematically it should happen like once every 4 or 5 seconds or something. So it is like probably 100% uptime. And yeah, just because we travel here, so we have access to this is 30 strength nodes, by the way, and we have access to that, and I use the journey tattoo of the body, and as you can see here, it gives me 25 to maximum life per allocated journey tattoo of the body, which means these 2 points each give me 50 flat life, which is pretty good. I still have 1 dexterity note here because yeah, I still want to, not I still want to, but I cannot afford to switch up my gear to perfect. But just so you know, you can have 1 extra point here if you can have the attribute from any piece of gear here. Right. The other tattoos that I make, you can see here, I pretty much use all the tattoo of Namu Warrior, which have increased 5% fire damage on all these small strength nodes that I have, except for ones that is converted by the Divine Flesh, because it will override the tattoo, and of course the single node that is in the Unnatural Instinct, which give nothing, so I don't tattoo them. So yeah, you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And we have 14 times 5, which is 70% increased fire damage. So that's a lot more damage. then we can have Last League, because Last League, even though I use Supreme Ostentation on the Juggernaut version with Brass Dome, right, we didn't have Tattoo Last League. So if you know, want to play this build, this league, you lose the charms, but you gain access to Tattoo. Given that they are not the strongest version of Tattoo like in the Trial of the Ancestor League, but they are still very, very good. It's just a bunch of extra damage, right? What else do I tattoo? So I tattoo 5 points of reduce 5% extra damage from crit. These tattoos are 20 chaos currently, so I have 4 of them. That is 80 chaos. I think that is a very good investment. That makes me able to drop this Sanctum of Thought, so I save 1 to 3 points. So this is 4 points of reduced crit. That is 20%. Along with this 30, that is 50%, and of course with the body armor here, I have a total of 100% reduced extra damage taken from crit. And yeah, that is just very good. An essential part of being tanky is to not take any crit or any extra damage from crit. Next one, the tattoo of Tawa Warrior here, because I have 30 extra intelligence that I don't need, so yeah, any extra point here because I have Original Sin. I also scale with increased chaos damage, so yeah, I put increased chaos damage in here. Oh, we actually have another strength point here. So what else can you do on tattoo? Well, you can just simply put resistances, because as I already mentioned in the last video on this build, the Annihilating Light is, you know, very limiting in terms of resistances. So any source of extra resistances you can have is pretty nice to help you cap out the resistances. Yeah. So yeah, of course, I upgraded the build with Mageblood, and let me show you the flask that I'm currently using. It is the Amethyst Flask of the Order for life regen over here, which is juiced by Mageblood. This one is Bismuth for a lot of resistances, because we kind of starved it. And with increased armor, because we do scale a lot of armor. The Granite Flask for armor, of course, and then for bleeding and corrupted blood immunity. And then the Basalt Flask for more armor, and then the damage from hits taken as life is Leech. This is a very nice source of extra recovery, especially on no regen maps or something like that. This will be very helpful. It makes your character a lot tankier, and with the Mageblood effect, this is scaled to like 28% instead of 15, so it's pretty good. The last flask is a Soulful Flask of reduced curse effect. So with this one, because you are on consecrated ground, and if you are on consecrated ground, if you don't know, the consecrated ground, not only does it give you regeneration, but it also gives you 50% reduced curse effect. So with the consecrated ground and then a roll of 50 or above reduced curse effect on you during the fast effect, you have basically curse immunity. I make sure that this is even more, you know, consistent by using the rational doctrine over here. So basically, whenever I'm stationary, I always have consecrated ground, because, well, my strength is the highest attribute, right? If I can some way somehow balance the strength and intelligence, which I think is actually not that hard, right? Then yeah, I can potentially get the profane ground as well. The problem with profane ground is I only create it on critical strike, so that might not be too consistent. But I think that would be something that is useful sometimes in bosses, something like that. Right? Let's see any other things that has changed. We still have the same combo of fire damage, and this here you can obviously have a better corruption on everything. Yeah, still same, still same. Let me see one more time. Is there anything else? Yeah, this is just one rare jewel socket, right? And what I get is some attribute. You know, ideally I would like maybe if I lose, huh? No, it is 8 attributes, so I cannot just make it lose 50, and I cannot just get one more strength. That is a bummer. It was so close. Oh, I can lose 1 strength here. Oh, I can lose strength here. Okay. That might help me to balance the rational doctrine. Yeah. Yeah, Watcher's Eye, I already talked about it. Impossible Escape, already talked about it. And yeah, that is everything I want to show this video. So the rest of the video is gonna be me running a tier 17, right? This build, as any other build, is not capable of doing every single freaking mod of tier 17 because it was so damn build limiting, basically. And GG kind of forced us to having to roll the maps. Well, I can't say I like it, but it is what it is, right? What map should I run? I mean, anything is basically the same, right? I did not prepare a regex yet, but less recovery rate is not doable. Less area of effect is not doable. On back to basic, by the way, I only run tier 17 on back to basic because it's scaled to a point where we have 0 AoE, so we do not deal any damage. This one actually seems doable. No, it is all maximum resistances. I tried to run one of these and it was not fun. The 20% maximum all resistances I ran is scaled to minus 38% all resistances. It includes chaos. So that actually makes the divine flash basically useless. And yeah, we cannot run that. Player have less defense, monster penetrate. I think we can try to run this one. Okay. Less defense. That can be something that is dangerous, but you know, let's try it. Let's try it. Why not, right? Let's just try this one back to basic. Cool. Yeah, I still didn't have any divine from the map device. Still. I quite like the fourth vials and divine flesh setup. I think I like it more than the brass dome. It feels a little bit tankier. The brass dome is kind of vulnerable to certain things, which is like physical overwhelm, because with the brass dome setup, penetration for elemental damage is very dangerous. I mean, with the Mageblood, right, you can easily reach a 90% all elemental resistances with the Sapphire, Ruby, and Topaz flasks, right? But you lose the ability to use Granite and things like that in the Mageblood setup. That does you know, hinder the ability to scale with armor, but you know, if used with brass dome, you already have much more armor than this without the flask, so it might be okay, because the brass dome have like 3k more armor than the fourth vials, and then it get doubles by the Juggernaut unbreakable nodes. And so basically you have 6k armor more than me right now with the fourth vials on average, and that is then scaled with everything, so it makes the total amount of armor that you have like Pretty damn crazy. Okay, so let's see. We are running 124% less defense, by the way. So we have actually no armor. So there goes like our biggest layer of defense. And then the enemies also penetrate 37% of elemental. This is something that I'm not sure if we can tank the boss because we have no armor, right? Remember that our main defense is convert like elemental damage and maybe even physical damage to eventually chaos damage, and then we defense with the chaos damage by the resistance and then by the armor that applies to chaos damage. And now we have from 90k all the way down to 0 armor. And then some way, somehow, yeah, I still didn't die. I think I should be very, very, very dead on the bosses. Because they do much bigger hits. Oh, I went the wrong way. Let's just see the boss fight, and then I will clear the rest of the map, because I think we already see that clearing the map is actually doable, even with no defense. Let's see if the boss is okay. If I die like 3 times on this boss and not making significant progress, I will just bail, basically. Okay. So apparently we can't take that. Oh, we can't. Alright. First death. Let's see the second. I mean, if we just avoid the less defense, right, because it is a direct counter to this build, then I think it should not be a problem. I think the penetration is actually not a problem for this build. Yep, we cannot tank that. I think I would have to use someone else to come in here and kill this, basically. Or maybe we just dodge that moose. Fuck. No. This is a big no-no. This is a big no-no. I mean, you know what? Let's try another map. Because why not, right? Less area effect. No. 119%. Maven. Extra. No, it is minus max. Minus max is something I cannot do. Mark for death is also a big no-no, because mark for death prevent all recovery. Life on hit, leech, regen, recoup. So mark for death and then less recovery are impossible to do. No. Okay, let's see. Please cannot regen. Okay, what is less recovery? Cannot regen actually can be do very easily. We do not rely on regen too much, but less recovery again applies to leech, recoup, everything. No, this looks doable. Let me look at it again. Focus area effect. Okay. This is doable, but it's too easy. I mean, it's too easy, I think. Let me just try to re-roll some of this. I think this is the one that I would re-roll, right? Let's go down recovery. It's very annoying, by the way. but we can do it. But it's very annoying. It'd be very, very slow. I tried to do it once. It worked. But it's super annoying. Reduce effect of non-curse aura from your skill. Jesus Christ. Let me try to do no auras. I think it is something that would like to know eventually. I think potentially we can actually do it. Need to bank everything here. Okay. This is already pretty long, pretty long. Okay, let me sell this flask first. I just need to clear the rest of that map. You know, just for the video, I want to try out another map. So I did lose some money there. Okay. These guys are annoying. They just take a lot of time to actually start hitting you. So we don't have the auras effectively. Our resistances is a little bit screwed. Yeah, we cannot gain endurance charges as well. So this is a combo that will prevent me from actually reaching 75% resistances. Yeah. So we are not only losing out on resistances, we also lose out on the bonuses at maximum endurance charges here. Luckily, we have a very strong layer of defense against elemental damage, which is the Divine Flesh. So it's still a-okay so far. What I would like to do is to rush to the boss. I think we only need to see like a part of the map clear to even know if it is doable or not, right? And we take this. Yeah, a little bit sketchy. I mean, I will, you know, make some more money. I still have a lot of stuff that actually I traded to Lucian. He's helping me with trading basically. So when he's done with that, I will have a little more money to upgrade this. I mean, the most significant upgrade I can think about is actually the petrified blood. That would just be a lot more mitigation to a single target hit, so we do not die to one shot. Where is the boss? I want the boss. Okay, this is the boss. Let's put down portal because there is a chance that we actually die. So no auras. We are at 44%. I mean, not 44%, but 44k armor, almost 45. Still 90% fist reduction. So hey, that is doable. I would say. Look at this immunity. Isn't that beautiful? All of these immunity. Okay. This guy take a little time to kill. Yeah, they have suppression. The chaos resistance is actually free with this build because we do have original sin. Without the original sin, you still have quite a lot of penetration. Okay, so we died there. That is one thing that we cannot tank with this map mods, apparently. This is also the reason why I would recommend to farm the T17 whenever you don't want to level the character anymore. Shit, it's starting to hurt. So either when you reach level 100 or you actually don't physically want to level up anymore, because you either have to roll the maps very carefully to avoid everything, and that is super annoying, or you have to accept the fact that you will die sometime in 217. That hurts. That hurts a lot. I am hovering at half health only. Jesus. Cannot take that, right? So that beam thingy along with the slam. I'm taking it for science, by the way. I intentionally am moving toward danger. Pretty much. But I think this one is at least still doable. The last map, though, is undoable. At least for the bosses. Because less defense, well, again, we lose the main layer of defense for this build. The strongest layer of defense, which is armor, which again applies to everything. Decaying fragment. Awakening fragment. This is not particularly good. Yep, this hand cast. Yeah, so this is the build, how it performed in Simulacrum. You can see the damage is very, very good. Very, very good compared to other versions of AFK build that I have done. Pretty much the same concept, but with slight difference in setup. So this is currently the best damage that I have ever had, mainly because of, first of all, the new Parentus Pact combo that we can have over here, right? And then second, it is because of the fire tattoo. I mean, if I want to tweak the Pathfinder a little bit to, back to using, let's say, 3 cluster jewels, and then maybe we can add in this area. It actually is a lot of damage, actually. So yeah, that can be improved. I think it'll be more damage. I will try to POE and then see which one is better, and then maybe I will upgrade the Pathfinder as well. That will also, reduce the amount of rare jewels that we need to have on the Adorn, because for voices, you have to have 12 rare jewels, maybe 13, because we have just so many jewel sockets. And that can be, pretty annoying to get, or pretty expensive as well. So yeah, that is everything I want to share with you in this video today. So please leave a like if you enjoyed. If you think this build is interesting, you want to follow it, feel free to drop any question that you have in the comment section, or join the Discord. I will be able to answer and look at your POV and something that I cannot do into comment, right? Because you cannot put a link into the comment on YouTube. So yeah, until next time, peace. Oh, by the way, I also stream Monday to Friday, 10 p.m. EST to around 4 p.m. EST, 4 a.m. EST the next day. So around 6 to 7 hours stream normally, maybe a little bit less. But yeah, I would be streaming quite regularly on weekdays. In the weekend, my family, my wife and son is at home, so I will not be able to stream because it's not convenient, let's say. And I also have like other channels, other links that I will leave in the description in the video here. You know, Twitch, Patreon, those kind of stuff. If you want to support me any further, if you want to support this channel, check it out, right? But just know, you watching, you know, interacting with this video here is already enough support. Yeah, I really appreciate it, and see you next time. Peace.